Dear Aries, Aries rising and Aries moon, this is your August 2016 forecast. The sun has been in Leo in your 5th house since the 22nd of July and will stay there until the 22nd, 23rd of August. So the main theme this month is the 5th house and 5th house concerns. This is a great house for you, and in Leo the sun will be very strong. This house has to do with having fun, anything that you do that's creative and that you're passionate about, whether it's your own business or project, anything that's your creative baby, as you were. So you'll be feeling inspired with all your personal incentives. It's a good month for taking risks, having fun, adventure, and you may feel inclined to a bit more risky business than usual in terms of speculative ventures. But anyway, for the most part, it's about having fun and pushing your passions out into the world. So a good time for romances also, and for romantic connections. The new moon is on the 2nd of August, and it's also in your 5th house, with trines to Saturn from the moon and the sun, and Saturn is in your 9th house. This shows a lot of hard work, perseverance and patience in terms of passion projects and things that have to do with higher learning, travel and study. So you'll be making patient plans to achieve your long-term goals, or if you're planning a trip abroad or a course of study, then you'll be able to take the time and trouble to do things diligently and properly. So it'll be cautious planning, but around things that you're passionate about. And like I said, travel, learning, anything that's going to broaden your scope of experience and add a bit of fun and adventure in your life and broaden your horizons. The full moon is in your 11th house this month in Aquarius, and this also adds to the social emphasis. You'll be making social connections, group associations and affiliations will be important to you. So it's how you work collectively within groups, friendships, how friendships and groups can help you achieve your hopes and dreams and make those dreams more realizable. With trines and with a sextile and a trine between the sun and Uranus in the full moon, you'll also be able to see things in a new way and make unexpected new social connections. So for romance and fun, there'll be some surprises too this month. So very good in that respect. So the 1st of August kicks off with a lovely trine between Venus and Uranus from the 1st and the 5th houses. This shows a lot of artistic creativity, and it also has you taking romantic initiative. So if you're wanting to feel like being bold and asking someone out on a date, this could be a good time to do that. It could also be a surprise in terms of romance that's pleasant. It's something intense and dynamic in terms of love connections, and also very good for creative or artistic projects that you're working on. And like I said, you'll find yourself taking some unexpected initiatives. The new moon on the 2nd of August in Leo in the 5th house has trines to Saturn in the 9th, and as I said, this is very good for productive action and diligent, pragmatic, planned experiences. So that diligence and pragmatism helps you plan experiences regarding travel, learning. So very good for long-term planning regarding things that are going to broaden your base of operations, or broaden your horizons rather, travel and study. So on the 4th of August, Mars goes into Sagittarius in your 9th house. This will show you having strong opinions and perhaps taking some adventures off the beaten track. Just be forewarned that Mars is approaching to conjunct Saturn, and this will show a sort of stop-start in terms of getting things off the ground, in terms of taking action. Since it's also the house of law and the courts, unfortunately, it could show legal problems. So if you're in that kind of situation, sorry for you. And things should clear up once, things will hopefully clear up once the conjunction passes later in the month. So this could show a lot of drive or desire to travel or to start something in terms of education. And like I said, you can expect some delays, but use this to plan and think through your ideas and incentives more conscientiously, so that when the gates do open, you can really charge ahead, but with purpose. On the 6th of August, Venus squares Mars from the 6th to the 9th houses. This can show tension in social contacts and friction in disharmony. So try and find productive outlets for that friction. These can always become opportunities, and perhaps an opportunity to take an initiative, but don't let that tension erupt. And on the 7th of August, Mercury opposes Neptune in the 12th house. With Mercury in your 6th house, you'll find yourself quite conscientious around health and taking care of yourself, and in terms of work, you'll be very detail orientated. That opposition to Neptune does show some tension or undisclosed information that's bothering you, so something hidden, perhaps not coming to light, or an area that you're uncertain about and may remain uncertain. So this wouldn't be a good day to sign a contract or to make a commitment that it's going to be binding in the long term, not until that confusion is cleared. On the 10th of August, Mercury trines Pluto from the 6th to the 10th house. This is a very productive aspect for work, and it will show itself as a lot of focused concentration, probing, investigative analysis. Your ideas will really get recognition in the workplace, or your ideas will have a transformative effect on the workplace. So this aspect, on the other hand, is very good for clear thinking. On the 14th of August, Venus opposes Neptune from the 6th to the 12th houses. This continues that theme of confusion and self-doubt, and perhaps it shows areas where you are having to make some kind of sacrifice, self-sacrifice. It can also lend itself to substance abuse, perhaps because of overwork, so keep an eye on that. On the 16th of August, Sun trines Uranus from the 1st to the 5th house. This again shows you taking initiative on a creative project or a personal business that you're involved with. So very good for taking action, for new fresh ideas and takes on things. And so yeah, it's quite an original aspect. So you'll definitely have a new spin on old ideas, or consider a fresh approach to something that you feel very passionately about. On the 17th of August, Venus trines Pluto from the 6th to the 10th house. This aspect is great for refining your interactions at work, also for refining things professionally that need a bit more sensitivity, and you'll have a better feeling for the subjects that you're dealing with. And like I said, this does heighten artistic sensitivity, so you'll be able to apply that to your work. So it will also make you more persuasive, and you'll have a lot more magnetic appeal professionally. So a good aspect for social relations in the workplace also. The full moon is in your 11th house in Aquarius on the 18th of August. This is a very fertile full moon for you, and it will have you aligning your personal needs with the collective. In that respect, how can your friends and associations with groups and networks help further your aims? And it will be a very productive aspect for that, especially with the moon sextiling Uranus and the sun trining Uranus. And since the 1st, 5th and 9th houses are involved, this will show you taking initiative and making new contacts, unexpected contacts, socially, in terms of friends, romantically, and perhaps sudden incentives to study or travel. So you'll apply yourself with a lot of originality within the group, and the group will help further your own personal agenda. On the 22nd of August, Mercury conjuncts Jupiter in your 6th house. This is very productive for communication at work. It's also good for signing business contracts and going over paperwork and details, in terms of ideas, and devising strategies that are more inclusive. So good for communication and cooperation at work, and like I said, good for signing business deals, and favorable for communication generally in the office. People will be looking at things, you'll be bringing a broader understanding of things into the workplace. On the 23rd of August, the sun goes into Virgo, into your 6th house. The sun in the 6th house is concerned with the smaller details of life, routine, habits, health in particular. So you'll probably be very focused on your health this month and strategies regarding health. So you'll be looking at diet and exercise. And with Mercury and Virgo, there will be a lot of attention to detail and thoroughness in your approach. So, but more on that next month. On the 24th of August, Mars conjunct Saturn in the 9th house, which I discussed earlier. This can be obstacles regarding travel, learning, also obstacles with the law, unfortunately. But once Mars moves on from Saturn, those sorts of obstacles should be cleared, and you'll be freer to pursue your agenda. So it can, however, be a useful aspect in terms of making you very resolute about what you want. And this is regarding travel, learning, education, expansive experiences generally. So if there's something that you want to feel more purposeful about, use this aspect to go over those plans and schemes and strategies and decide what you feel strongly about and what kind of action you want to commit to, and you'll really be able to dig your heels in. On the 26th of August, Mars squares Neptune from the 9th to the 12th house. This aspect can also show perhaps a tendency towards a bit of substance abuse, confusion, gullibility, or even just interacting with some shady characters. You'll want to watch out for that and just be cautious about making decisions on this day. On the 27th of August, Venus conjuncts Jupiter in your 6th house. This is a great aspect for celebrations, entertaining, parties, that sort of thing. And in the 6th house, it'll show you bringing a lot of joie de vivre into the office. So you'll be contributing a lot of irresistible charm in the workplace, which will liven things up. So it's a very celebratory aspect. So if you want to throw a party or go to a party, then this is a good aspect for that. On the 29th of August, Mercury conjuncts Venus. Again, a very pleasant aspect for communication. You'll be feeling sociable and charismatic and able to express yourself with sensitivity and in a light-hearted way. And in the workplace, it'll again show that magnetic personality of yours and you laying on the charm. So bringing goodwill to the office. Anyway, that's all for August.